Apparently, we can't win in overtime. Another 1 point. I mean, that's good, right? That's good, right? That's good, right? Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad that you are here, even though this is another game that we had every opportunity to win, but we end up losing in overtime. The Caps get 2, the Canucks get 1. I know as a fan base we're frustrated. We got to know though, like if you would have said, "Hey, we're going to get 1 point against the Washington Capitals," because that's not bad. It's not bad. But here's the thing. I'd rather get 1 point than none. And the Capitals are good. The negative narrative on the Canucks is like, it's so bad. Like, it doesn't even matter if we get a point. We're still angry. And that's the thing that needs to change, because you can't win them all. And you can't lose them all either. And we're not losing the games. Well, technically we get overtime loss, but we're still moving up in the standings. We're moving on up in the world, people. Let's stick with. I mean, I just feel like this fan base needs a little bit more positive. And you get into these kinds of streams and these kind of conversations, and everyone's like losing their minds. But I would rather get a point than lose a point. You know what I mean? I don't want 0 points. I want 2 or 1. That's the goal. That's the goal. So if I can't get 2, I'm going to get 1, okay? If I can't get 2, I'm going to get 1. All right, people. 2-1, 2-1. I've got some good news. Let's just dive into this game real quick and talk about this game. So, as you can see, we went to shootouts against the Kraken. We lost 3-0 to the Nashville Predators, which was technically 1-0, but they scored 2 empty netters. We lost in overtime to the Canadiens, who are actually on a tear right now. And, of course, we lose the Capitals tonight 2-1 in overtime. On Friday night, we play at 4 p.m. against the Carolina Hurricanes, and then 4 p.m. on Saturday against the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs. So there's some tough games coming up. Tonight's game was a tough game. It was a physical game. It was crazy. There's a lot of players that you're probably angry with right now. So let's get into this game center, okay? Dubois scores twice, ticked us off. This guy was like public enemy number 1. What he was doing to Quinn Hughes was driving me bonkers, going after him, went after the leg, and then, it's like, sweep the leg, Dubois, sweep the leg, you little cheap artist. And then it's like, then we're getting into the scrum and nobody's on Quinn Hughes. So he comes over and starts grabbing Hughes. And it's like, are you kidding? But what I loved about it was there was a response. But at the end of the day, and I shouldn't be someone who's promoting violence, okay? But sometimes you just got to drop the glove and drive one right in the kisser. You know what I mean? That's what they used to say. One of these days, pow, right in the kisser. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. Like, I understand like going there and this little scrum, but what if you just like, the guy it just went after your best player and then comes around the scrum and is going after him and face washing him, and Hughes is trying to fight back, and you can see the size difference. And so people kind of do something, but it's like, this is where we're missing Zadorov. This is where we're missing, like, someone's just got to go. Like, I don't know if it's the next shift when he's on. I don't know. Like, it's got something has to happen where you like have some kind of response. At least Sherwood went after him. And then I think he got 2 minutes for cross-checking. I know. Sorry, I wasn't going to go on that rant. But he gets the first goal and the second goal. He scores all the goals in the game. Here's the only good news, okay? Other than a point. Let me just bring this in here. This is the only good news. Everyone just lock in, zone in right now, okay? There's two good things that happened tonight. One is we got a point. And number two is we totally dominated Alex Ovechkin. Didn't score on us. He's on a tear, everyone. He's going to be the greatest goal scorer in NHL history, and he could do jack squat against the Vancouver Canucks. So just saying, he didn't do nothing tonight against us. He didn't do nothing. Look at this. There's no assist. There's no, like, what did Ovechkin do? Like, honestly, let's go to the box score. Capitals, Ovechkin, 3 shots on net, almost 18 minutes, 20 shifts, guys. Couldn't get on. What a joke of a player. I'm just kidding. He's awesome. He's one of my favorites to watch. Love how he plays. Love everything about Alex Ovechkin as a hockey player. Just think he's fantastic. But listen, that's a win. That's a W, everyone. Gave us a chance to win. And we outshot them badly. We were getting smoked, okay? What was the shot total? So we're getting outshot. It was like 8-3 at one point, and then we turned around, get a 21 shot second period. 21 shot second period, and of course, we scored the power play goal. Okay, 21 shots, we got 1 goal. What are the chances? Logan Thompson was on fire. We should have had 2 goals alone on that skirmish that was going on there. He was unbelievable. Like, why isn't he going to Team Canada? That's what I want to know. Man alive, he was good. 21 shots in the second period, everyone. In overtime, they had 5 shots. We had 1. We were not good enough in the overtime. 31-18. How do we lose that game? We scored on the power play. That was the only time we scored. We had a 4-minute power play in the first period. Did not score after that skirmish. Them going after Quinn Hughes. No, you got to be able to execute, guys. And I get it. You can't beat them all. You can't win them all. But this is a game that we let go. Giveaways, takeaways, all within close to each other. We had more block shots. We had 7 more hits. How do we lose this? This is the only goal for the Canucks on the power play. Swinging around to JT Miller. Goes to Hughes. Off. Beautiful spot right there. Garland cleans up the trash, everyone. Cleans up the trash. But this goal to lose hurt. This goal right here. We had an opportunity, come down 2-on-1. Comes around the side, wide open. Like, how come there's 3 defenders there? How come there's 3 defenders? That's what I want to know. Why is there 3 defenders? Let's go again. So this right here, like, we're gonna stop this because I want to just show you. So we got 3 guys. They're changing right now on the fly. Okay, they're changing on the fly. All 3 of our guys go after 21. Look at, hey, stop. This is the moment where Myers has to go back. Okay, you can't see my. I'm actually pointing to the screen, and you can't even see my finger. I'm like, okay. So I think you can see this. This is where Myers has to go back here. This is where DeBrusque has to go, hey, if we don't stop him, right? No. We're going to do 3-on-1. That is horrible. This is like, and they had 2 of them there. 2 of them. Oh, yeah, maybe we should go back. Okay. Oh, my goodness. We need... You ever feel like you're going to have a heart attack watching this team? Oh. You know when your mom told you, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all? Maybe I'm just going to stop here. I'm going to go to the promo, and then we're going to get into your comments, because I have a feeling if I don't, I might say something that I'm just like, I probably shouldn't say that. So let's go to the promo. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to get in your comments right after this. Maybe I should do the promo. Sorry. All right, everyone, let's dive into this 2-1 Caps victory. It's one of those nights, and Stuart Baker is here. He's all excited about DeBrusk. He didn't predict that it was going to be DeBrusk and Tyler Myers, who are way out of position. Dubois should have got a game misconduct. I agree. Absolutely. Went after Hughes after the skirmish, just leveled him. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yes, Stuart, we lost 2-1 in OT. Yes, was right. If he got the game, he wouldn't have scored in OT. Myers again, Canuck Tony. That's what we're talking about. But that cheap shot was brutal. At least 1 point, I suppose. Yeah, that's the good news. Right? Did we get swept by them this year? Is that what you're saying, bro? That's what you're saying? You got the sweeps out here. Oh no, it's the goals, not the sweeps. That looks like 3 goals. There was 3 goals scored in the game, but Canucks versus the Caps allowed just 2 goals after 9 straight of having allowed 3. That's positive. Yeah, Dubois was dirty tonight. He was trying to get underneath their skin, which worked. Blue is my favorite color. That's wonderful. Oh my goodness. Brian, I get it. I get what you're trying to do here in the chat. Canucks go to overtime equals loss more than often not. I guess it means what? 1. Rome, great to see you. How's everything tonight? Well, it's just another night at the Canucks office, losing in overtime. Hey, Japan 4. Hey, Coach Rob, really good to have you here. Oh, Callum's in the building as well. Let's talk about the game, guys. It's driving me nuts that we're going to wear out Hughes. We need another puck mover. Part of that is Hronek, right? Absolutely. Say what you want about the Canucks, but at least they're consistent. That's a good point. Mark, how you doing? Good to see you. Good evening to you. Myers should not go past center. He is so slow. That's awesome. Erwin, good to see you. You can't lose a lead in the third if you don't actually have one. Am I right? That's a good one. I love it. We got a point against a team we wish we were big, fast, and tough. I know. They were pretty big. If we could actually score on the power play, we would have won this one. That's a fact, Doug. That is a fact, right? Myers isn't slow. Open your eyes, man. I think he's slow. The Canucks played almost an all-around good game tonight. Yep, they were solid. I think at this point it's fair to be angry at overtime losses. I don't know. Is it? It just seems like we're consistently that. It's been a while since I've used a Samsung. Okay, yeah, who cares about that? I don't care about phones, guys. I care about the hockey game. Myers is terrible or what? He does some good things in the game. It's just those last. Every time we put him out in overtime, it just feels like he fails us. And it's not like we have a lot of options. It was Quinn Hughes was out there. We had to throw someone else on. Yeah, I know, man. The hockey IQ tonight was like, We did play good. Washington played Thompson. I knew it was going to be a 50-50 chance of winning when Thompson was playing. Thompson's solid. Thompson's really solid. I want to change my lighting there. It just seems a little bright. Besides, maybe the first period we played hell of a game. Doug, I mean, if Susie's trash, if Myers trash, who's good? The Canucks overtime losses are like Spencer's Diamonds commercials. Annoying. Dan, perfect. I love it. Good news. Hronek is going to Abbotsford conditioning stint. His return may become our trade. Yeah, I've heard that, Callum, now a few times. That's pretty cool. We actually showed some testicular fortitude tonight, right? Japan 4. Myers isn't terrible. Did you see that? Do you see where he was? He's the defenseman. Not defending. It was 3-on-1. I don't know if you like. That's got to be a terrible moment, right? Lefty, come on. Cool. Myers sucks or what? In overtime, played Hughes for 3.5 minutes. Why did Tocchet use his timeout in overtime and rest Miller, Hughes, and then bring him back up? It's a good question. Because he doesn't use timeouts, apparently. We have Brandstrom, but Tocchet never lets him play. I know, it's frustrating. Mark says that Washington goal in overtime, man. 2 Canucks in the corner. I know. Coach Rob, good to have you here. Jupiter Skull says, as usual, Myers gives the puck away once again. Tonight's game, Myers, and everyone was too much watching the puck in overtime against Washington. I know. And I do not understand, Roberto, why Bransom's not playing. Maybe it's because Forbert's back and they like him better. Washington is a tough team. We need more bullies on our team, right? Yeah, a lot of people are upset at Dubois tonight and Myers. Couldn't agree more. Super annoying. Bully teams win the cup since the NHL started. That ref was terrible tonight that missed the interference penalty on Garland at the last minute of the game. Yeah, give Höglander a penalty in Montreal in the last minutes. This game, nope, no penalty. That's a good point. I actually was thinking, why wasn't there a penalty called? Susie, Myers, Juleson, and Hoagie need to be dumped. They're killing this team. I don't know if I get rid of all of them. We need like Matt Martin pest. Okay. So the Oilers were a bully team in the 80s, Penguins, Avalanche, and Red Wings in the 90s. I do not think so. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but there's got to be some more fight to it. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying. Like they bullied us tonight. They totally bullied us tonight. They're big. They're tough. They're mean. That's you got to be like that in the playoffs too. Just watching them, like, man, if that's how they're going to play in the playoffs, they're going to be tough to beat. Sherwood has statistically set an NHL record this season by getting the most 10 hits plus games in history. That's insane. He meant statistically. Sherwood has statistically set an NHL record. Yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing, man. Ovi looked like a guy on wheelchair today. Dan says Wilson flattens Garland behind the net and then he cries, it's a dive. Yeah, I didn't really get that. I don't understand why Tom Wilson was going after him like that. I don't know if Forbert has been great this season no, he hasn't, but there hasn't been many Canucks defensemen guys that have been great this season. Canucks' biggest enemy this season going into overtime. Canucks game vlogger, you're right. Wilson hit on Garland was literally a clear-cut interference penalty. The puck was literally nowhere. I know. I agree. Forbert is trash, too. Oh, my goodness. Double down. When I hear the beginning of that commercial, I switch to radio stations. That's awesome. Dell, those commercials are everywhere, which I can't switch fast enough. We got goalie just like we did against that. I know. It's just ridiculous. Canucks can't really execute. I mean, we got the shots on net. For all you haters of the Canucks who are mad that they didn't get enough shots on net, I mean, we did tonight. Got over 30. Over 30. That's amazing. But they had more danger shot? No, I don't think so. I think we had more. I really do. Yeah, we're not executing at a high level unless Hughes is out there. Too often Canucks haven't and been over-reliant on Hughes. That has hurt them. I mean, we have no other options, I don't think, David W. I mean, you tell me. Giraffe, long neck on the ice. Big guys can't put defense together like Soucy, Forbert, Desharnais need Branston back. Yeah, it might be true. Analytics say that Hughes had the puck on his stick for 1.5 minutes longer than any other player on either team tonight. Boss mode. That's right. Yeah, there was crazy stats about Hughes tonight. Just our luck. PLD is reviving his career. I really think Tocchet's days are numbered. I don't think so, but yeah, he stole it, didn't he, guys? I mean, it's not like, I mean, we threw everything but the kitchen sink. Like, Myers should have been like, Miller's got him. I should protect the net. Instead, I know. They chased the guy. That OT goal was not Miller's fault. No. This makes me miss Howie Merker's telestrator between periods, right? Jeevan, good to see you. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. Keep the draft in its fence, like for real, right, Alfred? Last goals, Myers and Juleson breaks me. Last goal, Myers and Juleson. Juleson wasn't on the ice. I don't know why you're upset with him. We got so much dead weight, a lot of inconsistency, like Hogues, Heinen, Suter, not scoring at all. Bluger as well. No. Listen, dude, these are your bottom six players. They chip in the odd goal here and there. You're not expecting 30 goals from these guys. So I don't think it's like sitting there and going, like, why didn't Brock Besser score tonight? Right? Like, why didn't Sherwood score tonight? Why didn't, you know what I mean? You can't just like sit there like DeBrusque. Why didn't he score tonight? I mean, Pettersson's out again, right? As soon as Hughes leaves ice, we lose. That's just what happened. I would even want to continue coaching. Would I even want to continue coaching the Canucks if Tocchet? It seems like so many members of the roster are pretty close to uncoachable, if they are coachable at all. I mean, are Canucks uncoachable, guys? Doug's agreeing with that, or probably that. No, Doug can't. You're not agreeing with your own point, are you? Tocchet and Rutherford are good buddies. Canucks would have to be playing miserable hockey for Tocchet to be fired, and it's not miserable yet. I think he's losing the room. You think? Myers $3 million should have signed Zadorov. We had the cap and to get another right-handed shot. Now we're screwed. I don't think that's accurate. But you know me, Angelo. I'm with you. I wanted Zadorov back, so wouldn't have been upset. If it goes into overtime, you might as well just turn the TV off. I still watch. Wilson is a douche. Enjoyed watching Hughes. He literally is toying with the rest of the league. I know. He's unbelievable. We're getting Hronek back soon. That's good news, Callum. Miss Colin Garland at the end of the third was brutal. Ref sucked. Yes. Mo, good to see you. Tocchet has to go. His love for Myers is too much. No, he's got no other options. You put Hughes out there, and then who? Soucy? Myers? Juleson? Desharnais? Like, it's the injuries, man. He's literally playing with the guys that's on there. I mean, unless you run 3 forwards, 3-game losing streak, I might add. We are? I didn't know that. Let's look at that again. Loss. Yep, we are. Dang it. Lost to Nashville, straight out, and then overtime. It was 2 overtime losses. If we want to get technical, Pettersson and Miller should fight next practice and let it go. Yeah, I mean, that would be, I mean, you want to make Pettersson even more mad? Get knocked out by Miller? Fullsies. It's a shame. They played a really good game. Second and third were great for the Canucks. Best hockey they played. Take the point and move. Build on it. Yeah, that's a good take. It's a good take. Not talking about this game, but for the love of God, why doesn't Talkit ever call a timeout? I mean, we've been talking about that for months, Doug. Months on this channel. Yeah, I know. Myers, the OT goat again. Canucks Uncensored. That's awesome. What a great one. Oh. At the beginning of overtime, Talkit had a whiteboard with 2 players, and Miller wasn't in the huddle with coach. So based on all the comments, the Canucks suck. Talkit needs to go. Myers needs to go with him. And as usual, the referee sucks. So since the Canucks and refs both suck, that means the Caps are winners. Yeah, they won the game tonight. They won the game tonight. They're winners. Personalized. Put a third forward on in OT. I mean, it just seems like it makes sense, right? Like Bluger's got to play better than those guys, right? He's amazing defensively. Oh, it was an entertaining game for sure. Unfortunately, Myers, Susie, Juleson, Desharnais, and Forbert are all. I mean, that's you're gonna put one of those guys out. Hughes goes off, and you got put one of these guys out. That's if you're gonna put a defenseman out in overtime, this is your options. And so we're gonna criticize Coach Talkit. The only thing you can criticize Coach Talkit about is that Brandstrom's not on the ice. Brandstrom would be a better option, in my opinion, in overtime, but maybe we don't get to overtime because Brandstrom's out. Obviously, he does not care for Brandstrom like we do. He knows the game way better than I do. I don't know what he doesn't see. Pettersson for TNT. Great trade, in my opinion. Who's TNT? I want to scream like Dangle. You are a defenseman. Defend the net. Like he does for goalies when they leave the net. Rev, what would you do to change this team around as well in overtime? I know it's not an easy answer, everyone. I just want to stop and say this is not an easy answer. I do not think we're playing with a full deck of cards right now. And the problem is our defensive situation is really bad. They thought that this was going to work. It's not working. They fluked out and they went and got Brandstrom, and then we don't play him. So I would play Brandstrom and sit either, well, it's got to be Forbert or Susie. That's what I would do. And I'd play Brandstrom in overtime. So that's what I would do. But I mean, we need Pettersson back. Obviously, he's got skill. He's talented, super talented guy. We need Hronek back. It is what it is. If Gretzky becomes, Ricky's saying this, if Gretzky becomes the governor of Canada, is he going to have a goalie net in his office? He probably is. He probably is. That 4-minute power play where Quinn didn't get on the ice would have changed the game. I know. See what Zadorov did to Edmonton's goalie? Yeah, Zadorov leveled Stuart Skinner. Just leveled him. I was like, wow. I truly believe that Talkit doesn't give a crap about OT shootout because they don't exist in the playoffs, or at least not to worry about that if the first 60 hasn't been close and to be nailed down yet. I mean, maybe, Erwin, you might be right. How overtime is not working for us this season. We should do what Minnesota did when we have had possession of the puck. We should pull out our goalie and play 4-on-3. I know. On the positive side, I heard Sherwood has already broken the NHL record for hits in the season with hits above 10. That's the record. Morning comes early, Callum. Canucks showed signs of life and nabbed a point thanks to the injured Hughes and Lankinen against a very good team. Champagne wishes and caviar dreams, y'all. I've never even had caviar before. Pettersson is the real captain of this team. Come on. You're kidding. And it might even be better with Houston. Oh, my goodness. Man, if the Canucks had Montreal defense except Houston, everyone on Montreal with Hughes except we'd be winning so many games. The Montreal defense is big but can move the puck. Anyone impressed with the prime telecast like I am? Dan. Yeah, no gambling commercials. It's out of control, isn't it, guys? Hi, everyone. It is the Walmart Leader. Shannon, welcome to the channel, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope your shift went well at Walmart. Someone in that locker room needs to start some Canucks OT committee to make sure we don't lose in overtime. Sounds stupid, but could be needed. I mean, they've got to be talking about it, right, Alfred? Unless someone give them the team some vulgar fire. Come on. I know, Shannon, we miss Zadorov for sure. Dell plus camera quality. Plus the camera quality is better on Prime. The announcers are terrible, though, compared to what we have. Houston is better when Hughes and Suzuki than Mayer. Oh, you still guys are still on the Montreal bandwagon. Yeah, I mean, Dell, maybe that's a possibility. Don't play D during overtime except Hughes. 2 wins in our last 10. That's awful. Talking is doing the best he can with what the players he has. Well, yeah, lots of injuries. You're right. Canucks really need one more Hronek-like defenseman. I know they're hard to find. We really need one more. Just so we have 3 guys who can produce and move the puck other than Hughes and Hronek. Talking is saving all his timeouts for the 30-minute timeout at his choosing. Could you imagine? Can do that. Talking doesn't use his timeouts unless the players are tired. The players he wants out are too good to go. No need to have your number 1 line out for 60 minutes. Yeah, I mean that's fair, but I just think he never uses a timeout. So the answer is he never does. It's not like he doesn't unless that he just doesn't. They're not allowed to save up timeouts. No. Myers for Fox 1 for 1. I'll do it all day. Even Grogu is laughing at that one. Dan the man. There's a very strong notion that a trade with the Canucks will happen before the Four Nations break. I think they've been very close to making it. Oh, TNT is Tage Thompson. I like him a lot. Talking has limited situational awareness. We did call up some players from Abbotsford. Leckermacki, yes, last game was great. Yeah, I think this is wild. You know, like we're so desperate for good hockey players that we're like, we should have kept Cole, who the Canucks fans hated in the playoffs because he kept scoring on himself. So, as got beat by your Hawks, Gravely. Awesome, congratulations. Bedard has 18 points in the last 15 games. He is literally on fire. There was a glimmer of hope we could get Bedard. It's over now. It's over. Tocchet has wisdom and experience and is one of the many coaches who do not use timeouts unless absolutely needing to do so. He absolutely needs to do so. So I'm not really sure. The team is calling for it, generally from the captain. Good night, Callum. Good night. Okay. Tocchet could have used his timeout to rest Hughes in overtime. Yeah. So we don't play Myers. The collision between Zadorov and Stuart Skinner was ugly, but thankfully Skins recovered from that collision. I too am thankful for that. If only Canucks were a fantasy hockey team that could have cloned Zadorov many times over. Jeevan, where would this team be without Lankinen? I mean, it would be in the trash. It would be in the trash. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries, Shannon. You're right, 100%. And this team does not have good chemistry. They're not deep on the D. So when the injuries happen, there's nothing we can do. Oh, so he surpassed Tommy Wingles, and then yeah, I mean that's the defenseman from Jeremy's from Nashville, who held the record at 4. That's the only record he broke. Lankinen faced more high danger chances. He did. I'm okay with the prime telecast on Monday, but I'm tired of the RDS French language broadcast for a change. You tried the RDS French language broadcast. Really? Do you know French? That's kind of cool. They should bring back Jake for 10 and no, we're good. This Canucks team has been broken throughout the season, and the old team loss to the Caps was one more example of that lack of chemistry. Blazer fan says even though Canucks lost, it can't be as bad as what the Los Angeles Kings players are going through. There might be guys who lost their homes and lost. Yeah, the fire is wild, and not just those guys, like real people, not just millionaires, guys, but we're talking about incredible mass destruction from that fire. So sad. I don't mind prime hockey games, Alfred says, but having it exclusively for Prime members, what happened to Hockey is for Everyone? Didn't like it being excluded from games that are streamed only for so many people have Prime though. It's like Amazon Prime, bro. So is there who here does not have Amazon Prime? I know there are King players living in West Hollywood, Malibu, yep, Pasadena, yep, they are. Oh, Alfred's not. So that's why, Alfred, you might want to consider being a Prime member. The Canucks and Avs must be sharing the same rooms. Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're meaning by this. I thought Brendan Dillon could have been a good fit for Canucks in the summer, but $4 million times 3 is a bit steep for us. Steven, that's a good point. Ricky, thanks for coming by tonight. That's it. Only January is a concern for the LA metro area, right? Not using timeouts is way for players to adapt to play on the fly, no safety net. Yeah, Canuck Tony, a lot of people are upset at Myers tonight. We got 2 out of 4 points of the last 2, but thought they'd win today with their over 30 shots. Yep. Kiefer, Sherwood, and Miller were good again. I loved Lecker-Mackey too. Yeah, that's true. You know an intermediate level of French. Okay, that's cool. So you would know enough. Live sports games or wrestling should not be broadcast on subscription-based services to stay to mainstream television, such as Rogers, TSN, ESPN, CBC. Listen, wrestling? Dude, they grew on pay-per-views. That was their thing. And then they got to TSN for Raw and, Monday Night Raw, Monday Night, all that stuff, right? So, I don't know. I don't mind that they do that. I guess I don't mind because I have Prime. We should bring, and it's only a couple games a year, guys. Like tonight was not on Prime. We should bring Pedersen from Pittsburgh or bring in Byram from Buffalo and bring back Luke Shen. Roberto, for what? Like, what would you trade for those guys? It's a lot to get those guys. Oh, Mark, you think the Broncos are going to win this Sunday against the Bills? Oof, that's bold. I do not. I do not have Prime. I have no need for it, not even for television, movies, or shows. Waste of money. And that is totally fine. Gravely. Bible, definitely. The gym never hurts. Okay. I hope they don't trade Petey or Miller or Besser, but we'll see. I think one of those three is getting traded. And if you asked me today which of those three will be traded before the trade deadline, it's going to be Brock Besser. That's my. So Bill's thinking there's going to be a trade soon. I mean, I use Amazon Prime all the time, so I love getting stuff quicker. Speaking of which, what day is it? Oh, in 3 days, guys. My fantasy football championship ring is coming. I ordered it on Amazon. It's going to be here. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. I turned 67 in 47 minutes. Happy birthday, Gravely. Everyone, post it in the comments right now. Happy birthday to Gravely. Happy birthday to Gravely. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to my favorite Chicago Blackhawks fan. Trade us Bedard for your birthday. I'm guessing Demko is playing in Carolina. I don't know. Yeah, it sounds like he's going to be. Ooh, yeesh, yikes. Are we not running overtime drills in practice? Or I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question. I thought Miller was good tonight. Yeah, I know that you think he needs to go, but I don't know. I don't think you trade players like that. I think he's too good. You're welcome. You're welcome. Are you watching TNA wrestling now that they're on Sportsnet 360? I'm not. Happy birthday. Canuck Tony says it's going to be gone. Maybe Besser. I think it's going to be Brock, guys. I think we're going to let Brock go. That's my guess. 2 Canucks have been on Amazon Prime. 2 Canucks games have been on Amazon Prime so far. 2 more in the regular season to be broadcast. We need a Dubois type player. I don't know. He gets paid a lot of money to do jack squat. Tonight he was great. You like that, eh? You like that? I love it. I love all these birthday wishes, guys. Our old GM said that he thinks that Miller will go. Yeah. Stood up for Hughes. Happy birthday, Gravely. I love it. I love all the appreciation you're getting. This is awesome. See, I love this community. Bedard for Petey. Please, if Chicago... No, they won't be that dumb, trust me. But Gravely, he knows that I always say things like that. He's like, I have that pipe dream, right? Once all NHL games are on subscription services, I'll just watch highlights and cancel cable. It will never happen. Miller doesn't grow on trees. That's true. David W says, as much as I like to watch games, the Whitecaps, Toronto FC, and CF Montreal play mostly on Apple TV. Much of the MLS season also features games played by Canadian NBA, G League, NHL, or PWHL teams. Ever since Hughes came back, Miller has been amazing. It just shows. No, keep Besser. I'm just telling you, you should connect, Tony. You should prepare yourself. I'm telling you, I think that's what's going to happen, even though I love Brock. Should Tocchet start late night practices? That's a good question. Good question. Besser to Minnesota for a top 4D. Oh, look at this. Look at this. That's a good. You heard it here first. I will shave my head bald and donate to kids for kids cancer research. Anyone else, if anyone else is traded before JT Miller. Someone screenshot this right now. Do you think we could acquire Dobson without trading Petey, Miller, or Besser? The answer to that question, I think, is no. I do think we might be able to trade Besser and get Dobson, but that's a long shot, Philip. I think they really want Pettersson. So I don't know. The answer probably is no, but I want to say yes. Amazing Prime Hockey is actually great, far better than Sportsnet. No lagging issues. Pre-game skate is cool to watch. Just a much better product value. That's a good point. I still like the Sportsnet stuff better. Brock is playing well below his requested $8 million pay grade. Yeah, I know. Okay, Doug, I know people want to ask me this question. The answer I would have is, would you keep Petey or Miller? My answer is I want to keep them both. I think having those two centers down the middle is good. But if I had to trade, I think trading Miller is the smart move in regards to age. But I think it depends on what you could get for Miller, and it also depends what you get for Pettersson. I would personally trade Pettersson before I traded Miller. That's just my personal preference. But I could be wrong on that. So Miller does grow on trees. How else would you explain him being such a sap? I know you don't like Miller. I love Miller. So what are the odds that they keep Besser, Miller, and Petey? I think the odds are slim. The time to trade Besser should have been in the summer after his 40-goal post. Unless he had another 40-goal season, Rome. His value is at the highest at that point. Yeah, get your razor out. Rev, would you trade Besser, Huggs, and first, third to New York for Barzal and Dobson? Yes, I do that. But they wouldn't do that, everyone. Just so you know. Yeah, get that razor out, brother. And donate. That's the most important part. Donate to Kids for Cancer. Joel Henry, I don't know who that is. Hockey Night in Canada is on Gem. It's a subscription service. That's a good point. But it's a free subscription, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Hard to move Petey because they believe he has a lot of potential. That's why he is paid the money. I don't think it's hard to move Petey. I think you could totally do it. Everyone says the money. Everyone's getting overpaid nowadays anyways. There's 108 people in here, everyone. Hit the like and subscribe. So glad that you're here. I agree, Petey before Miller. I forgive Miller. Love the guy, but wisdom does show a player like him is not needed to build a team rather than to tear it down. We need a top 3 D-man ASAP. It'll fix a lot of problems. I mean, it fixed a lot of people's. It's hard to get. I have to agree with you, Kempner Canucks, about trading Petey first. I don't think we're trading Pettersson or Miller, just to be clear. Mike, they need to tar and feather Myers and parade him down the main street. That was a bad defensive play. Besser may have been called a Brock star so often with his season not going so great for the Canucks, but pretty much anything goes on whether he will remain. Yeah, who knows if he's gonna. I don't know. I don't think they will. But I mean, I hear what you're saying, but like, there's so many things. There's so many scenarios. Yeah, Big Taco Hronik's back. We got to hold out hope. You don't watch a lot of wrestling, Kempner, not knowing. I do not watch wrestling. I used to. I as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, I watched a ton. I've been to a live wrestling event. Saw Stone Cold Steve Austin live, Kane, Triple H, lots of those. But then I grew up watching Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Roddy Piper, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, Andre the Giant, Big John Studd, like all those guys. I watch all those. The Rock was awesome to watch back in the day. John Cena is kind of when I stopped, even though I like him. Even though I have a Besser and Petey jersey, I'm still going to keep my jersey. Absolutely. Those are legendary, especially the Besser one, I think. Talking can get, oh my goodness. Hey, Al, just calm down here, buddy. Calm down. We don't need those kind of comments. If you could only cheer for one team, who would you pick? Canucks or Packers? That's a tough one, Dale. I'm going to plead the fifth on this one. Probably the Canucks is the one that I would cheer for because they play more games and it's in our region. Because the Packers only play 18 games a year plus playoffs. So I think I would have more enjoyment out of the hockey season. But in saying that, I don't want to pick and I won't pick. I decided to read a PDF file on the history of nuclear reactors instead of watching overtime. It's awesome. He does not have a no trade or no movement clause. No. We need a top 4D. Not sure how to get one without losing a forward like Besser. I don't think we can. 84 Yogo for Pedersen is still available. Besser has a contract that is one way and also includes incentives, but there's no indication of there's no movement clause. Juracek, Riley, Heide. Oh, for first, yeah, I don't know. They wouldn't do that. Hogs and Hyman more likely to be traded than before Miller and Pearson. Yeah, that's true, in my opinion. I was surprised about that. I was surprised about Hogan getting booed out of LA on Raw. That really surprised me. I didn't see it though because I don't watch wrestling. I agree also that as I think I see Besser being traded soon, I think Coach Rob Willie will be taking Besser's place. Like, what do you mean? You mean with Jersey? Can a player not waive his? Yes, they can, Mike. They can. They absolutely can. Horvat did. Did he? I don't remember. You're probably right. Okay. As a 10-team no trade list, but what teams are on that list of the season isn't clear. I'd have Calgary on that list, just saying. Brock Besser is signed to a 3-year, $19.95 contract with a cap hit of 6.65. Yeah. I don't think there's a no movement clause here, I thought, but I got to look it up now. Got to look it up. Okay, Puckpedia, boom, Brock Besser. And the answer is a modified no trade. You are correct. 10-team no trade list. Still has another 22 teams to get traded to, though. Besser might have the Canucks over a barrel being an impending UFA. I don't think so. I think that they could trade him. A player with a restriction on the ability to trade him can choose whether to waive that clause if the Canucks want to trade Besser to any of the 10 teams on his no trade clause list. That's true. Good point. They have to obtain his permission to do so. If they're stuck with Myers, I would make him a winger. Yeah, what would he do as a winger? I do not think PD and JT are going. I do not think they're both going. I think they're both staying. Did you know in August I was almost traded to Rolly's restaurant and hoping... What? That would have made me sad. Losing Coach Rob from Victoria? Capital City? Going to Hope? How high did Desharnais play in Edmonton's defense? Was he supposed to be a top D man for us? No, he's not. He's not. He was a bottom 6 guy. Myers can serve me wings at the concession. Big taco. Besser can be traded to 21 teams then without him consenting. I think it's 22, isn't it? Because it's 32 teams, or is it only 31? Why is Besser now in the trade talk? Because he's asking for $8+ million. And we need a defenseman. So who are they going to? They're not going to trade Pettersson or Miller. So I'd make Myers the goalie. I mean, he might not be bad. Desharnais was a second pair with Darnell Morris for a bit before going to third. I mean, it would be short stint, right? At home, he was mostly a third pairing guy. I play with better D-men in my beer league hockey than Myers. Not even joking. That's hilarious. What about Petey and Besser to the Islanders for Barzal, Dobson, and Engel? Bruce, I'll tell you straight out. I read that article by the Hockey News, and they said if any deal has included for the New York Rangers Barzal, they hang up the phone. They do not want to trade him. So I'm just telling you what I read. It literally said that. Hangs up. Hey, we want to talk to you about Barzal, Matt Barzal. Click. That's what it is. So if you guys have any trade scenarios that involves the Islanders, do not put Barzal in it. I'll just say no. That's not. They don't want to trade him. Not that he's like untouchable, but you can't. I mean, he's their heart and soul. So and he's solid. Yeah, do we have to take Suter's dead cap part as a deal? That's a good question, Dan. Rockcraft's contract with his agent in the Vancouver Canucks allows him to be traded only if he's approached first and approves it. Otherwise, he is more likely will keep his option. This is his last year on his contract. I know. Truth is, Canucks outshot the Caps tonight, just the way, the crap goes sometimes, right? I love Barzal too. Myers as a wing would change him for a giraffe to a chicken. He would just flee his position on the wing. Brock looked really slow. Yeah, he's not fast, but he can shoot the puck. Definitely not worth signing to 7. That's the thing. I just think signing him to 8 years is going to be tough. His foot speed is extremely slow. All right, I'm gonna call it a night here, everyone. But I read an article recently that one of our struggles was because Demers wasn't scoring. Thatcher Demko and Net's not scoring. Yeah. Should we try him on forward? Yeah, I know. Vancouver talked about Boston today. Talked to Boston today about Tracer and McVoy's name came up as well as future considerations. Interesting. Do you think Canucks management wish they kept? No, I don't think they wish that. I think we played terrible. Yeah, I don't think we played terrible. We had 31 shots. Should have won the game. Do you think this season is salvageable? Yes. I want to be clear. Robin, this is a great question. I want to be very clear. We're going to get healthy. We're going to make the playoffs. And then once you can make the playoffs, anything can happen. So I'm telling you right now, this is January 8th. Okay? We keep losing in overtime. We keep, we can't win games right at the moment. But we're going to get healthy, and we're going to make the playoffs. You heard it me say that. So, all right. We're calling it a night. Thank you so much for coming out here. We lost 2-1 to the Caps in overtime. So glad that you're here. Thanks so much for showing up. We'll be doing streams this weekend. So, Friday night, Saturday night, come tune in. Looking forward to connecting with you. And, of course, always, you cheer this team on. I'm telling you right now, we're getting healthy. We're making the playoffs. Go Canucks, go, baby. We're doing this.
Bye.